Get your artist and HD quality screen pictures and movies. Yes, you can have it all.
Well, I have my news up here at Adesawe in Kanda. This is News 360. I am Alfred Okansi.
And I am Portia Gabo. Coming up, the headlines.
News 360 headlines is brought to you by Deluxy Acrylic Paint, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil,
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste,
and Apart Foods.
My Life Insurance.
2 persons killed in daylight armed robbery attack at Sola in the Savannah region.
Also tonight, Office of Special Prosecutor to demand corruption risk mechanisms from all ministries, departments and agencies from January next year. We will tell you why.
Also in the bulletin this evening, varied assessment of this year's West African Certificates examination results.
Coming up in business news tonight, online drivers in the country call for legislation to regulate ride-hailing companies.
And on the international front and onto the continent, 10 African countries account for 46% of Omicron cases reported globally, according to the World Health Organization. We're live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, and all across the world on 3news.com.
The news now in detail, and the Office of the Special Prosecutor will from January next year demand all ministries, departments and agencies to submit corruption risk mechanisms. The Special Prosecutor, Kisia Jabin, who made this known at a media briefing to mark International Day for Anti-Corruption, noted the risk assessment to safeguard graft will be for all government-signed contracts.
According to the OSP, 31 cases are currently pending at various levels of investigations. Kisie Jabin says his office will from January institute a range of measures, including corruption perception league table for government institutions and assessing major state contracts.
The OSP will institute, as part of its pressure for progress drive, an annual Ghana corruption league table to assess perceived levels of public sector corruption in the estimation of experts and business people. In aid of this, public agencies will be ranked against each other on a corruption barometer, and the results will be published every 9 December. The OSP would also carry out anti-corruption risk assessment and review from January 2020 of all major public contracts, legislation and draft legislation. This is intended to avoid toxic deals and the prevalence of judgment debts and arbitration awards.
On the allegations of bribery by Joabi MCE nominee Alexander Safo Kantanka, he indicated that the police has submitted its docket on the case as his office continues with its investigations.
The police and the OSP are working together forcefully in respect of this case. And so, indeed, the docket itself has been handed over by the IGP to the OSP, and we are in the middle of the investigations.
He reiterated his resolve to deal with EC officials who manipulate election results as he works to suppress graft to its barest minimum.
Well, reacting to the new policy direction of the Office of Special Prosecutor, co-chair of the Citizen Movement Against Corruption, Adam Senano, noted public prosecution and sanctioning of persons found culpable of corruption will guarantee the policies will work.
Government must provide all the resources that that office needs. If that is taken care of, I think that what he's saying is feasible. So he just needs strategy. And I would say, look at the historical data, identify where over the past 5 years we've had the biggest issues. If the range is 1 million to 5 million or 1 million and above, easier, then you set that as the minimum threshold within which various MMDAs must provide documentation to you for you to do a risk assessment. I think where we have failed is very often there's little prosecution and very few people who are sanctioned to set a precedent for people to be scared. Ghanaians are not scared at all because how many cases have we had? If the SPO will seriously ensure that people are found culpable, they are jailed, they are paying back, not that you jail and then you come back and enjoy the booty. That probably will send the strongest message yet. Because if I look at the last 5 years or so, I think the real issue has been that very little prosecution. All the cases media has come up with, investigative journalists have come up with, we don't see the end of the road to the extent that people have been jailed and money has been, recouped. The ideas he's raised are likely to send shivers down certain corridors where we now need to make sure he gets a lot of support. Because when he talks about examining pink sheets, we now need to make sure that political elites don't have the way of, intruding and interfering with his work. The corruption league table, institutions where they've had a free for all, will now start thinking twice about that. So, yeah.
In a related development, the Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuayeboah has attributed government's inability to fight corruption adequately to lack of commitment on the part of the general public. Speaking to TV3, he said the Attorney General's department has many cases due to lack of interest by persons to testify.
The fight against corruption is a shared responsibility. It's a cancerous tumor. It has eaten deep into the fabric of society. We need to stamp it out, and we can do so only when we act in concert. Government alone cannot fight it. Government needs the cooperation of all Ghanaians. It's only on that score that we can say we are defeated. Otherwise, corruption will be staring at us every day. Principally, it's about our unwillingness to volunteer information. That's the truth. You meet a young student who will tell you, I went to do ABC at this government department. I paid money before I was even... You ask the person, are you ready to report, and then let the state take it over? He tell you no. So unless we change our attitude and begin to report and begin to have the mindset that we will give evidence when we are called upon to do so, we can continue to shout. No one will be prosecuted successfully. Because you go to court without evidence, it's better you sleep in your bedroom.
Well, away from corruption and to other matters of concern as well, ranking member on the Education Committee of Parliament, Dr. Clement Apak, says the recent WASSCE results is nothing to be celebrated, despite the Education Ministry describing the performance as impressive. The Bosa South Member of Parliament says 50% of the candidates would not meet the requirement to enter tertiary institutions across the country.
Contrary to assertions that the pioneering students of the double-track system of the free senior high school policy had put up an impressive performance with more than 50% passing all core subjects, Dr. Clement Apak disagrees.
I don't think that the results should give us reason to celebrate, because if you see the content of the release that WAEC put out and you do a comparative analysis, it is very clear that just about 50% of all those who sat for WASSCE this year do not have the requisite grades to take up places in tertiary schools. And that is a big indictment, especially when we are talking about maths and English. So we ought to be worried.
The Ministry of Education, however, maintains that this year's result is the best result compared to the past 7 years.
It's only from 2020 to 2021 that you are having students writing the exams, over 50% of them getting between above the 50% mark. I think the problem has always been in when a student, for instance, gets say D7 or a fail in any of the core subjects, and the system that the universities has been using is that they usually deny the students an opportunity to have access to the universities. Meanwhile, this time around, the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Yaoseduchum, has directed GTech, and he directed that this time around, if a student, for instance, gets D7, is an opportunity for the universities to once again organize the program that the student feels of a subject, so that even if you have to take, for instance, 5 years for such a student to complete the university, the student at least should be given the opportunity to justify him or herself.
Executive Director for Institutes for Education Studies, Peter Partianti, says he will hasten slowly in pronouncing whether the students did well, but using entry into tertiary level as a benchmark, 40% of the students are unlikely to make it.
Also, that last year, the average pass rate, it was almost 59.9, and that is 60. It means that 40% of these cases will not be able to access tertiary institutions unless they sit and write any of the core subjects failed. That was the same result for last year. It was almost 59.9, and that should be a point of worry to all of us.
He proposes intensive research, comparative analysis, and intervention for students in the senior high school.
The WASI system, the assessment procedure, it does not cover all the tenets or the domains that we're supposed to measure as prescribed by the curriculum. There are a lot of things that affect the students during the day of the exams. And if you are going to grade our students 60, 70% based on that particular period, you are not going to be fair to such a student. So we will have to look at that.
Earlier, the Education Minister, Dr. Yaoseduchum, had indicated that in spite of the 53% pass in maths and English, the candidate performance must be commended, adding that this year's results point to areas for further improvement.
Now, actually, the average is 60% to 60%. Certain subject areas we went up, others we did. But when you put it on average, it's still 60%. So if you look at English, for example, there was a dip. Mathematics, there was a dip. But integrated science saw a huge jump, and social studies also saw an increase. So overall, the average is still 60%. But on the other hand, I just want to assure you that mathematics should not see a dip in my time, as somebody who has taught mathematics. So we're going to look at what went wrong and what we can do, which schools did so well, where there were drops, and then we are going to look at how best to ensure that we move up. But the good news is that 2 years in a row, we have in the core subjects seen 50% plus pass rate, which means that more students will then qualify to go to the universities. Because in the past years, what happened was you may have 70% or 80% pass on social studies, and the mathematics is 33%. And because mathematics is 33%, you can't have more than 33% of the students go to the university. So if English is 30%, even if all the other subjects are 70%, you can't have more than 30% going to the university. The moment you move English and mathematics up, then you are guaranteed a higher rate of entry into universities. So this is good news for the country, and I will encourage all of us, the same way that we support the Black Stars when they play and win. When our students play and win, let us come together as a people and celebrate them. So it shouldn't be about why didn't they do this. These young men and women are bold, brave, are in the midst of pandemic, have sat through exams, and they've done well. And I want all of us as Ghanaians to celebrate our young ones.
Divergent views on this matter, also with concerns about the lack of textbooks 2 years after the new curriculum was introduced. But let's get into the courts now. And the host of Onuya Machi on Onuya TV and Onuya FM, Blessed God's Brain Smart, a.k.a. Captain Smart, has pleaded not guilty to the charge of offensive conduct conducive to the breach of the peace under Section 207 of the Criminals Offences Act 1960, Act 29, at a circuit court here in Accra on Thursday. The court subsequently denied the Ghana Police Service's request to keep Captain Smart in custody while they investigate the charge brought against him. In arguing for the state, the police prosecutor said Captain Smart would interfere with the investigation should the court deny the request of the police to keep him in custody. He also prayed the court to allow the police to detain him in lawful custody for at least 7 days to enable them to complete their investigations. However, the legal team representing Captain Smart cited different cases to argue that since the popular broadcaster had earlier been granted bail by the Ghana Police Service and he had not interfered with their investigations thus far, it was obvious that he would not do so should the court grant him bail.
More news tonight. 2 young men are feared dead after a daylight robbery attack at Sola in the Savannah region. The armed robbers attacked some phone shops in the Sola township and made away with phones, cash and other valuables. When residents came out to the rescue of the shop owners, the robbers started shooting into the crowd, killing 2 and injuring 3 others. The deceased were among a group of young men who pursued the robbers after the attack. Let's cross over to the Savannah region, and Christopher Amwako is standing by. Thanks so much for your time, Christopher. What is the current situation in town as we speak?
So, Portia, right now as we speak, police in Sola have begun investigations into the matter. According to the Savannah Regional Police PRO, some security personnel have been deployed to move around the community to ensure that the information they are picking, they are able to follow the lead so that they can get the suspects arrested. They have also been getting information from some residents around to make follow-ups to certain areas where they believe that some criminals within the area usually go to. So they are making efforts to ensure that these armed robbers are arrested. But for now, they are waiting. They are unable to comment on the matter because they are waiting for their bosses in Accra to issue a release to that effect before they can engage the media.
Christopher, was this just an isolated incident, or this paints a picture of the state of security in the town?
Yes, today happens to be a busy day in the Sola Township, and because it's on a highway, so a lot of people come into the Sola community to transact business. So when the alleged or suspects entered the community and went to the mobile money vendor, that is a popular place where a lot of people go to transact business. So they got there in the name of going to transact business, and they took advantage and robbed the gentleman of his money and other valuables. For security, because it's on a highway, sometimes the police patrol on the road, including the military under the Operation Calm Light. They always patrol on the Sola highway as well as in the Sola township. But this is something that the residents are saying that they have been taken by surprise with this particular attack today.
Thank you so much for your time. And Christopher Amwako is our Savannah regional correspondent. Alfred.
Forbes Africa has presented President Akufo-Addo with a plaque after it named him the African of the Year in its latest issue. According to the influential business magazine, the president earned the enviable recognition because he is focused on a new paradigm of economic growth in Africa.
At the Jubilee House to present President Akufo-Addo with a plaque, the executive director of Forbes Africa, Frederick Van de Viva, said President Akufo-Addo became their choice due to his exemplary leadership and the many impactful policies of his government.
We took the decision based on your visionary leadership, especially based on economic policies. Ghana Beyond Aid, how to develop Ghana with its own raw material, adding value to the industries. So many other policies like the year of the return that now is becoming beyond the return, which is long-term policies to develop the tourism sector. The AFCFTA is now here and makes Ghana the trade capital for Africa.
Basically, it is a result about the work of my government, not just myself, but all the various people who have been assisting me, and also about the population, the Ghanaian people, who have made these choices and have been very supportive of the work that I do. So I'm looking on this this prize or this commendation as one for Ghana, one for my government, and lastly for myself. But I have to confess that it's something very overwhelming for me.
Forbes Africa magazine, which has been in publication for more than 10 years, prides itself as one of Africa's most influential business magazines.
Away from the presidency, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection on Wednesday, December 8, embarked on a project to rid the streets of Accra of migrants who exploit their children through begging. My colleague Kemik, who was with the team, reports the migrants are back less than 24 hours after that exercise.
Yesterday, the acting Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection took to the streets to drive these migrants from Niger who use their children to beg on the streets.
They are brothers and sisters, yes, but we'll contact the embassy through our foreign ministry to see what can be done. But they should leave the dangerous spots that they are occupying.
We are back here at the 37 bus stop and we see that nothing has changed. Speaking to a few of them, they say that they would go back and return anytime the minister sacks them because they have nowhere to go.
When we come here, they say Corona come. We're from Mali.
From Mali?
Yeah, they are no good.
You're fighting?
We people all plenty, they die for that place. Then we run come. Then we stay here.
Did they die of corona?
They just fight. Yeah.
When you were coming to Ghana, how did you come to Ghana?
We stay car.
You took car?
Yeah.
Okay. So where did you get the money from? You saved money?
We have something for that. We're selling it. All we.
So you're selling things?
Yeah.
Then you gathered the money?
Yeah.
You took car, you came?
Yeah.
Aren't you afraid that they'll come and sack you again?
Tomorrow you come.
Tomorrow you come? So how?
You come back.
We don't know. So when they come, you go again. Then you come back again. My name is Kemik, reporting for TV3 Accra.
Raises questions about the effectiveness and policies to address such issues. I'm going to keep an eye on this one as we go on in the coming days, but let's settle for the health segment now. And this program and the segment is sponsored by a new Pepsodent Charcoal White Toothpaste formulated from a blend of high-quality purified charcoal and lemon essence.
Health segment is brought to you by Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal. Pepsodent, because every smile matters.
The World Health Organization is to donate over 400,000 doses of yellow fever vaccines to Ghana. This is to support government's efforts to expand the reach of vaccination.
40 deaths have been recorded out of 202 confirmed cases of the yellow fever disease. 35 deaths have been recorded in the North and West Gonja districts of the Savannah region, identified as the hotspots. Cases have also been recorded in the Upper West, Northern, Uti and Bono regions.
But most of the deaths actually occurred in the first 2 weeks. So for the past 2 weeks, there have been very minimal deaths. And I said it's occurring in the newer districts. So they are mainly from Upper West, Savannah, and then we have a few from Bono.
The Ghana Health Service intends to scale up vaccination.
We made our application to WHO, and they are bringing us over 400,000 doses of yellow fever vaccine. We had actually used our national stock, so we use now more than 100,000, but now they are bringing us 400,000. So with that number of vaccines, we want to expand the reach of the vaccination and
80% of the country's population have been vaccinated against the virus.
Health segment is brought to you by Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal. Pepsodent, because every smile matters.
This program and segment is always sponsored by the new Pepsodent Charcoal White Toothpaste containing activated charcoal to gently polish away tooth stains and naturally restore your smile.
In more news tonight, government says it has made gains in resourcing health service staff in implementing the National Healthcare Quality Strategy. The Health Ministry is evaluating its strategies across its agencies 5 years after implementation.
The National Healthcare Quality Strategy was launched in 2016 to enhance quality health systems, particularly in rural communities in the country. It focuses primarily on maternal health, child health, and malaria treatment. Deputy Director responsible for quality assurance at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Mary Aram Ashinyo, underscored the need for the integrated national strategy.
We have been able to build capacity of frontline workers so that they by themselves are well equipped and empowered in a very enabling environment to manage quality. We have also been able to introduce stronger accreditation and licensing systems across all the levels of care. We hope to be able to identify what has not been achieved yet, what is the data telling us, where are the gaps, where we have to focus.
So live here on News 360, we're live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, and all across the world on 3news.com. What do we have next?
There's news coming up shortly with Dana Michelle.
And lemon essence restores natural white teeth, herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums, antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family, because every smile matters.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat2, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
We were totally crushed when our child was diagnosed with cancer.
We knew we just couldn't afford the treatment. And then you came to our rescue through the Camel Antiseptic Liquid because we care initiative.
Join us again to fight childhood cancer. All you have to do is to buy Camel Antiseptic Liquid, and we will use 10 pesos to support the Because We Care initiative to help a child with cancer. Give 10 pesos, give hope. This advert is FDA approved.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all, because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
Cleansoft, my favorite.
Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Top of your game with Visa. Pay with Visa and win a 2-night staycation for 2 at a luxury hotel. AFCON is proudly brought to you by Visa.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kemik toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes them teeth stronger. Chicky whiter. Chicky stronger. Yay! You did it.
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kemik, happy smile.
Come this festive season, where would you rather be? The food party by the corner
A concert headlined by top stars or the small family party? Or would you rather be at an event that has all? A taste of everything. A taste of mouth-watering magnificence. A taste of authentic Ghanaian music. A taste of unique Ghanaian fashion. A taste of fulfilling Ghanaian dance and drama. All under one event. This December, be part of Ghana, the one-stop family event for thrills and excitement. Enjoy wonderful food and drinks, music, dance, drama, fashion, and everything that celebrates our culture as a nation and our uniqueness as Africans. Taste of Ghana 2021 features Africa's top musicians that you and your family wouldn't want to miss. So make a date with us on 27 December 2021 at the forecourt of the State House, Accra from 2 p.m. Let's come together to enjoy the true spirit of the season.
Segment is brought to you by MTN, Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil, Universal Merchant Bank,
Lufat.
Hello, good evening. Let's bring you the latest in the world of business. My name is Della Michelle, a senior oil production specialist with Petroleum Development Oman. Dr. Yusuf Suleimana says Goil's suspension in the AOMCs shows some inherent weakness within the association. He adds the reduction in the petroleum prices is also not a suitable solution to serving consumers.
Dr. Yusuf Suleimana says the 15 pesos reduction by Goil is a good move, but permanent measures will be required to stabilize prices on the market.
What are the permanent solutions or the long-term measures? It's probably to look at how I've already been calling, how we can link up our upstream and downstream seamlessly so that each sector can support the other. You know, when the upstream is struggling, the downstream can support. And when the downstream is struggling, the upstream can support. I think that's what we need to do.
He says until OMCs agree to keep their price margins low, the downstream petroleum market will continue to experience challenges.
What we told is that the market is regulated. That is legitimate, you know, but how much margins and levies, we're going to add onto the price build-up? We'll highly be dependent on the international market. So I expect that if the international market is not going up or it gets stabilized, and then the exchange rate also gets stabilized, I don't think when government reduces taxes, OMC should go up with their margins.
There are still calls on government to take a second look at the taxes in the 2022 budget to stabilize the market.
And we bring you more update on this particular development as the conversation continues. But away from that, Ghana's petroleum pricing remains a subject of debate as some motorists complain recent fuel price reduction are not far-reaching. Speaking to TV3, member of the Mines and Energy Committee, Dr. Kwabna Donko, noted some of the taxes, fees and levies in the petroleum price build-up, like those collected by the NPA, can be aligned to push prices down.
Can we realign some of these cost elements? For example, there's some 5 pesos for fuel marking. Is that really necessary? Today we are using electronic seals. When the BRV, bulk road vehicle, which we call the tanker, when it goes to load, there's an electronic seal that is supposed to prevent tampering. And that is, again, similar to what the fuel marking is supposed to do. Then there is also now a charge at the filling station where automatically NPA will have some control over products in tanks, underground tanks. There are about 5 of them. What we have failed to do is, yes, we started with fuel marking, yes, we started with tracking, yes, today we have the enterprise resource management software, that wherever, but we have added this over time. If it's the electronic sealing that we think it will work, then we don't need the fuel marking. By paying for that, we save cost, and that saving can go back to the consumer.
Let's do more business news as over 30,000 online drivers have resolved to form a union to end what they term the cycle of unfairness by ride-hailing companies. Lack of legislation to control the ride-hailing companies, according to the drivers, has compelled many of their members to stop the business.
The space currently is a gray area, and we don't readily understand whether it solely belongs to the Transport Ministry, whether it belongs to the Communication Ministry because of the digital aspect of it, or whether it hits the tourism environment because it is falling under a very short-term rental of some sort. So everybody seems to be doing whatever it is, and it appears that that particular gray area is being exploited to the detriment of either the riders or the drivers. Well, there's nothing like that. It's the companies that are putting together certain rules of engagement on their app. But what we are calling for is not just allowing each platform to do whatever they think is right, but to have a basic standard. There should be a certain sense of dignity when people are driving on the platform. 30,000, that's a lot of numbers. But if you sample these people for anything concerning their work conditions, 8 out of 10 will tell you that they are taking them for granted.
And the Melcom Group of companies, through its subsidiary Skyline Investment, has opened a new quick-service restaurant business, Pizza Hut, as its North Kaneshie branch in Accra. 6 other eateries will be opened in parts of the Greater Accra region by December 20.
Pizza Hut is globally recognized as the largest pizza chain with 18,000 restaurants in over 100 countries across the globe. Ghana is joining the elite club of Pizza Hut patrons through the Melcom Group of companies to open 7 eateries in parts of the capital, namely Jowlu, East Legon, Spintex, UPSA Legon, Ashaiman, Marina Mall, and Melcom Plus at North Kaneshie.
Well, this is a global enterprise. The pizza you take in New York or in Washington or in London, Oxford, Paris is the same as the pizza you taste right here under Pizza Hut restaurant facilities. What we're doing actually is to ensure that when you access Melcom, you're doing so for the convenience of family, for friends, for relationship, corporate relationship, business relationship, so that everything you want is available.
Director of Communications Godwin Afenogbo assures of quality service during the Yuletide and beyond.
We're expanding nationwide. We're going to Kumasi, Tamale, Bolga, you name it, everywhere. But it's a gradual development plan. We start in Accra, which is the nation's capital. 7 in Accra. That means we're serious about this business.
Melcom has over the past 26 years grown to 33 retail outlets across the length and breadth of the country.
And one of the world's best-selling Scottish liquor, Johnny Walker, has premiered a documentary, The One Who Keeps Walking, in Kumasi. The film showcases inspiring stories of the creators who are turning their attention to the world of Africa.
The documentary, which features more than 20 voices across Africa, reveals how fresh creative energy, sheer determination and a pioneering spirit are bringing authentic African expression to the world.
I encourage parents to look at the world and look at their children as an idea or as an energy that has come to the world. And rather than force ideas to them, they should rather experience them and help them grow through who they are. It is my goal to tell it to the world what Africa is and how strong our ideas and perceptions can change the world or impact the world. So I feel very empowered, and it's an honor to be a part of this.
The new feature film is part of an ongoing global rollout of the next chapter in their iconic Keep Walking campaign and a follow-up to the release of The Man Who Walked Around the World in November 2020.
And really hope to inspire the next generation of individuals to take bold steps, to live defiantly, to be optimistic, and to never give up and to keep walking, to never let challenges stop us in the pursuit of greatness that will make life richer for everyone.
Produced by Something Originals and a team of 200 plus creatives and talent from across Africa, The Ones Who Keep Walking picks up on the closing provocation of the man who walked around the world.
And that's all the business news we have for you this evening. There's more business news available on 3news.com. My name is Stella Michelle. Yao Ofosulabi is standing by with the latest in the world of sports. Stay with us.
In a world where you can be anything, who will you become? When you can go anywhere and never be alone, how far will you go? When your voice can reach every ear in the world, who will you inspire? When your money can travel faster and further, who will it reach? When you can tell a story in every language, which one will you tell? When you don't need permission to turn your dreams into reality, you go for it. Whatever it is, wherever it is, go. And when you think you've reached your limit, we'll keep you going. Let's go.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation. Over the past 45 years, we've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we're poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
The show was a jar or bar anyone conquering dim.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
In Jija, woman malaria and kawan to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cope.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a 2 malaria center. FDA.
Global is the app that brings you anything you want, like some crispy chicken and ending the day in a big way, or what you need from the supermarket right away. Order a Glovo and we'll deliver.
Tell of you are going to Spain with your partners to enjoy a VIP La Liga experience,
Including a stay at a plush hotel, boat cruises, city tours, and more.
Just buy any sachet of Gino, Pomo or Gino Pepper and Onion or Gino Max. Look for a code inside the sachet or tray. Dial the short code to *161* in a code hash and start accumulating points.
The more your points,
the bigger your win. Take it to Barcelona, Spain.
Screen TV sets,
PS5,
washing machines,
La Liga original jerseys,
footballs, and caps.
Smart mobile phones, free call credits can also be won bi-weekly.
Accumulate more points
to win more prizes.
Spain promotion.
This advert is FDA approved.
Should you rumor to me?
Tonton master, Roma insecticide spray ada Roma. Interfere, Entatia, make a cheha. No way. Kemik and Tonton Bako crown fanamo. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. And how dare we sham?
Roma,
Roma and Tonton master.
Segment is brought to you by
Kel Kids Toothpaste, Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG.
Good evening, time now to do sports here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofosulabi. To our first story now. And in 30 days, Africa and the whole world will vibrate to the rhythm of the spectacle offered by the top footballers from the continent for the 33rd edition of the biggest event on African soil. The African Cup of Nations returns to the country of legends like Roger Milla, Samuel Eto'o and Patrick Mboma for the first time since 1972. For the second time, 24 teams will participate and fight for the trophy. Dede Ayew, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Riyad Mahrez, Sebastian Haller, Edouard Mendy and many others will have all eyes on them, even if the prospect of discovering new talents is also an enticing one as AFCON comes by in January. Well, now some more stories, and Alhaji Karim Grusa has bravely revealed that the local-based players have the capabilities to feature for the Black Stars ahead of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. The owner of King Faisal Football Club has advocated the Black Stars technical team to enlist GPL players into the final squad for the tournament.
He did well. We went to Midiama draw. We beat Lagos City, we beat Dwarfs, we draw with Tokotoko, we beat Olympics, he succeed. We draw with against Liberty in their home. Then I should sack him or I should leave him. And I can't say Kwasia no one changing our dream. Huh? Me say I'm going to the foreign coach. And a man who then must satisfy. So what's the problem?
So Interlaji say be a season kwana ankoya on some can be before.
Oh, look. Who watch football?
Obi a should be a local one so.
Manchester, how many coaches?
Alhaji, oh, they are no better.
No. They are club. I'm a club. Huh? Chelsea, how many coaches now?
Almost the same.
And this is the same one from white to black. What is the problem? Who is paying them?
You.
Thank you. I change it. Now I'm appreciating the black coach. What's the problem?
That's Alhaji Karim Grusa there on his stance on black coaches and foreign coaches. To some more stories, and the second edition of the Onia Sports Community Gala is set to take place from Friday, December 10 to Saturday, December 11, 2021 at the Fadama AstroTurf Park in Accra, with 8 football teams from 8 communities competing for the ultimate. Group Head of Sports and Media General Judith Belwa shares the essence of the mini tournament.
So we set out to organize the Unia Sports Community Gala, this inter-community football gala, to harness the potential that exists in our communities. Remember, every year we bring these communities together to foster a sense of belonging and also to provide an avenue where persons gifted with raw football talent can bring it to the fore and be exposed to a wider audience and platform, which the Unia TV and radio brand and Media General as a whole provide. What we want to achieve with the Unia Sports Community Gala, we see in this an opportunity to contribute to the sports industry in Ghana. Also, it is a core talent development exercise which, when properly positioned, will go a long way to aid Ghana's football industry. So our solemn pledge at Unia TV as a brand is to continue to do so this year after year, leading to the discovery of talent which abound in this country.
And And our Bayern Munich have confirmed unvaccinated star Joshua Kemik will miss the remainder of the 2021 year with side effects caused by COVID. The midfielder tested positive at the end of last month and had his wages docked for missing games while in self-isolation. Kemik has now ended his period of quarantine but is still unable to return to training as he battles with side effects of the virus, which has taken its toll on the 26-year-old's body. Well, that's all the sports news this evening here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofusulabi. After the break, entertainment news and international will follow.
Wow. Hello.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, City. With your voice, no teaching my okay. I can't live without you. Talk to me.
Daddy, the money.
Oh, yeah. I'm in short to a to hire and to. Mobile money for you now that you'll be able to be top of what? Have you been for? May I my wife? Who is it?
It's your Beneto. You think slave queens are cheap?
Oh.
Just use ZPay to send me 1,000 Ghana cedis. After all, the charge is only 5 cedis.
No problem. Come inside. Surprise visit.
The money.
Oh, okay. ZPay mobile money.
ZPay. Oh, thank you so much. I can even use the same ZPay mobile money to pay my bills. Now let's
dial *270# to pay all your bills with ZPay mobile money. ZPay Shatumu Direct.
I'm hosting the family get-together because I make the best potato salad.
I've got DSTV. Choose joy. Choose an HD decoder plus 1 month DSTV access for only 169 Ghana cedis and enjoy every moment with DSTV.
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle with a lemon green tap. Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water, one for life. For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Introducing new Sunlight 2-in-1. It gives you burst, after burst, after burst of long-lasting freshness. New Sunlight 2-in-1 for burst after burst of long-lasting freshness.
News segment is brought to you by Vodafone, Awake purified drinking water.
Well, tonight in entertainment news, in the midst of reports that DNA test results have shown that one of the 3 children of Joyce Blessing is not her husband's, the estranged wife and hitmaker has been speaking. In a live video, the unbreakable singer said she remains unshaken and least perturbed by the damning allegations.
Reports indicate that Dave Joy, the estranged husband of gospel hitmaker Joyce Blessing, went in for the test without the singer's knowledge. The outcome, which has since become the talk of the town according to reports, proved that 1 out of their 3 children is not Dave Joy's. While detractors of the gospel hitmaker continue to pass judgment on the matter, Joyce Blessing has said that she is least perturbed by the allegations making round.
I'll be here, I'm still unbreakable.
obutentim nyame di mesi ho hwi entimi mpushi me na mesra mo montage ma omo like me ho asem ba omo pese omo kan kobi se osuru betu abegu fom eso na me say me no se oso be kan ho asem a won dress na pewig papa bishi na ye brand ni unbreakable Joy's blessing.
Despite getting a bad press over the last few days, the Adam Nana singer is positive the storm will soon be over.
Sana braboti edu baby anipa dia no begu so edu baby anipa ebe ka die ni nkura dia gu so e dia fa ho obi mfa obi ti obi na so kura mfa ho bi kan ho asem negatively dia e di agidi na o so on bin say mi ni nkura me ka wi e die no so be fi
Well, let's stay a bit further on Joy's Blessing, because Joy's Blessing's former manager, that's Kwesi Ernest, has also broken his silence on the alleged paternity of the gospel singer's first son. The talent manager, tagged as the father of Joy's Blessing's son, has said he is more concerned about the innocent boy at the center of this issue and feels a bit concerned about all of this.
So be me picture. I'm out for the sentence and me say umaye omudi a secretary colonel omudi be a me very comfortable with it. Me who be I laugh over it. At the same time, I continue to support the young lady in prayers. Ni nemono ade ba ko ha me kakra bebre no ene akwara nankasa oye involved. Na ebi obeko school na school na afefo ekra ebi obeko kwejire ba akosere se o yeso papa se nye ne ba no wonnim the emotional traumas akwara ketwa no obekom at this stage of his life quite a difficult time for that child, and it must say will be a person or pass a comment on this matter no. You must first of all have the interest of akwara at heart. Sabi so be across on Pakola na. I believe in principles, said because he na bontin cry and crop hunu makra no yeto de na mudi. Kopim sabi Joy's blessing ba. Into me I have no problem irrespective of say obi bebu mi dia bata hu say oyeme ba na so no ha for say that be, and I said it and I mean it. Say even if it comes out clearly say a back crosser is akra na me ba. I have enough resources to take care of that child.
In more entertainment news, all is set for the internationally acclaimed musician Rocky Dawuni's intimate concert scheduled to take place at Plus 233 Jazz Bar Grill this Saturday, December 11. Rocky Dawuni, Ghana's two-time Grammy nominee and UN Ambassador for the Environment, will use the concert to celebrate his 2021 Grammy nomination.
International news is next.
10 African countries account for 46% of Omicron cases reported globally, according to the World Health Organization. It says the majority of these countries are within Southern Africa, where scientists are being extra vigilant for other cases and analyzing samples to check for changes to the virus. Hospitalization rates and severe cases remain low in South Africa, local data shows, but research is still ongoing, the World Health Organization has said. No coronavirus deaths have been linked to the Omicron variant, and travel bans won't stop the virus from circulating, the global health body says. Getting vaccines into people's arms will prevent the virus from mutating further. In Africa, only Mauritius, Morocco, Tunisia, Seychelles, Cape Verde, and Botswana have reached the global target of vaccinating 40% of their populations by the end of this year. Many African countries are yet to administer jabs for logistical reasons, while public skepticism about getting the vaccine remains a barrier.
Well, before we go, a message from Pepsodent, and do not forget to brush your teeth tonight before you go to bed and tomorrow morning when you wake up from bed with Pepsodent Cavity Fight, Pepsodent Herbal or Pepsodent Charcoal. With Pepsodent, every smile matters.
Certainly does. And so we're putting smiles on the faces of our listeners on 3FM 92.7 Sunrise Morning Show. So tune in as we give out some gifts ahead of the Christmas.
I don't mind getting mine.
Soon. I promise you on that. My name is Robert.
salad, fresh juicy fruits, and with a good dose of vitamin C. Squeeze the mix to extract the gold. In many fruits is normal citro and jumbo seed. Colorful, tasty as mama's fruit salad, concentrated to provide your daily needs.
A daily dose of Citro C encourages healthy skin, helps boost your immune system, and helps fight colds. Citro C contains antioxidants which slows down your aging process and make you look and feel younger, plus a lot more. Citro C promotes general good health for the entire family.
So I say take Citro C, take Citro C.
This program is rated PG. It contains scenes of brief nudity, mild violence, and strong language. Parental guidance is advised.
Program is brought to you by
Cowbell, our milk.
Yumvita, Lanti Soy Milk.